2 out of Frankston, Texas. The winningest driver at LoneStar Speedway since 2011. He's got 27 wins here to the DK Recycling. Wilkerson Motorsports, Forest Custom Chassis number 15. It's Denny Guyber outside the 1996 Super Late Model Champion. Ricky Ingles in the IRP chassis number 81. Robert Taylor, the former Quick Race Car Spring Nationals champion, inside of row number 4 and 23. Outside is Royce Jones out of Troop. Green flag in the air. Night number 2. We're underway. Heading into turn 1 and 2 for the first time. Trying to use that outside line to his advantage down the back straightaway. It'll be Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin. Eddie Martin knows his way around LoneStar Speedway. He'll hammer it right around the cushion through 3 and 4. He bobbles just a little bit. It opens up the door for the 30 of Pork Chop. Pork Chop will hold him at bay at the time, but here comes Bruchin in 78. He's got that Jack Swilding service. Gotcha chassis number 78 working pretty good this weekend. Just didn't have the luck that he was looking for last night. And the first caution flag of the race. Not a bad idea. That'd be going off on a high note. Once again, race fans, your judge, jury, and executioner tonight, Mr. David Corbello in the flag stand. Trilling the flags, one of the best of the business. We're back on the loud pedal and we're underway. Head them off into 1 and 2, and that one's not going to go. Re-racked and stacked, Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin will lead them to the point in 3 and 4. Here we go. Martin on the loud pedal into 1. Door to door all the way back through the 8th spot here. And a slider up in front of turn 2. Over the 78 of Bruchin. Bruchin will cross back underneath, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Let's see if Bruchin can do anything with Pork Chop. Oh my, what a power move by the 15 of Guyver. He's driving mad right now, folks. You better look out. That 15 is on the way to the front. Like I said a few moments ago, the winningest driver at LoneStar Speedway since 2011. He's got 27 wins here at this racetrack. Unbelievable. Jason Ingles, second in line. He's got 23 here. And Guyber is going to hammer the cushion in 3 and 4 and try to pick up the slack there on that battle there for the 3rd spot with Ricky Ingles into the 81 of the 78 of Bruchin. Here comes Guyber, door to door, the best battle on the racetrack right now. Door to door there. And now Ingles will take a big to the inside of the 78. Down the back straight over there, letting Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin run away up front in this one. Guyber way high, wide, and handsome that time through 3 and 4. This time, halfway down, halfway to go. 8 laps of distance, 4 down, 4 to go. The top 4 cars transfer on to the A qualifier tonight. Of course, it's talked about this earlier. It's the top 16 in passing points, or how you'll line up in the A qualifier tonight. It's not necessarily where you finish, it's about how many cars you pass to get there. And then when we go to the A qualifier later on the night, it'll take the top 4 to the A main for tomorrow night's 3,000 win A main event. The white flag is out for Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin. Kind of got off track there for a second. He's got a half a straightaway advantage off of 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 30 of Pork Chop. Chamberlain doing a hell of a job here tonight. And only his first start behind the wheel of this 30 machine. Guyver's going to hammer the cushion in 3 and 4, trying to pick up the slack, coming to the checkers on the 78 of Bruchin, but he's not going to be able to get it done. Eddie Martin's going to win it. Kevin not making it out. We called 8 and we got 6. Wait. Well, first lap being contested here into turn number 3, the 99 up front in this one. It's Joe Miller out of Troop, Texas. Former driver of the number 23 factory stocks. He's got his hands full under turn number 1. That wicked chassis, P&W Sales, sponsored number 7 of Nate Gaines, working on him hard off of 2. Down the back straightaway, the 44 out of Kilgore of Howard Langley in tow. Jim Hitz doing a good job. He's about a half a straightaway behind in the blue hot chassis all-point system. Wholesale copiers number 80 gets loose there off of 4. But your 3-way breakaway up front. It's Miller, Gaines, and Langley running away. We called for 8. We got 6 in this one. Unfortunately, we did not get Billy Milton Jr. nor the 5.61 of Kevin Simpson, 2 of the winningest drivers at LoneStar. Kevin Simpson is one of the 2 repeat limited modified winners this season at the racetrack. Not sure what went foul on his car. Halfway home, down the back straightaway into turn number 3, the 99. That's a Raptor race car chassis. Formerly owned by Jeff Crane, sold it to Joe Miller at a Troop, Texas just a few weeks ago, and that Raptor's been rocking. Raptor chassis built out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We're really at the top of this sport several years ago. And kind of had a little, and we got trouble in 1 and 2. Hard contact with the 77 and the 8. Oh my. He dove that car to downtown Dallas, Texas in there. Your fans in the house tonight. Where you at, Billy Milton Jr. race fans? Oh, y'all are being quiet tonight, huh? No, I know how it is. Sometimes you're afraid to admit it. Billy's crazy, y'all. Here we go, folks. Off of 4, the 99 on the loud pedal of Joe Miller at a Troop, Texas, in that Raptor race car chassis. Built by Kent Hollingsworth out of West Monroe, Louisiana. That Raptor's been fast here at Lone Star all weekend long so far. He leads them into turn number 3, followed by Nate Gaines at 7. Nate had a good car last night, too. He said that's one of the best runs he's had all season long in car number 7, and David Corbello shows him 2 laps to go. 2 to go into turn number 1. Nate Gaines still over the road deck lid of the 99. He gets a little loose there, a little bit of a bobble. It opens up the door for the 44 of Langley out of Kilgore. Head him into 3 and 4 for the final time. For the white flag this time, rather, from David Corbello. Joe Miller going to try to hold off the 7 of Nate Gaines, and Gaines gets a hard charge into 1. Can he make it stick off of 2? Joe Miller just driving a pure, flawless heat race here tonight at Lone Star. Into turn number 3 for the final time. Gaines takes it the outside. Not going to be able to get the momentum he was looking for, and the checkered flags are out for the 99 of Joe Miller and a Troop, Texas. Nate Gaines will come home in 2nd. Howard Langley in 3rd and 44. Re-racked and stacked. It's up to Thrifty Nichols to smash on it alongside Kelly Lockey. Here we go. And a good start for Lockey in a 1. Kelly Lockey, the Riddler, gets the whole shot in a 1 and 2, and they go side by side down the back straightaway. A pair of Gotcha race car chassis. Gotcha race cars. Built by the Bruchin brothers out of Gladewater, Texas. Off of 4, a pair of Gotchas are up front, followed by that Outlaw number 47 of Gary Stuckey. Stuckey will put it to the inside of Thrifty Nichols, and he looks to take 2nd as they go door to door down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Meanwhile, if he had a rear view up front, he's loving what he sees out of the rear deck lid is Kelly Lockey, the Riddler. Off of 4, Lockey leads, but what a great battle for 2nd at the flag stand. Scotty Nichols trying to have a little bit of fun here tonight. He said, you know what? My motor held up more than a couple of laps, and I'm on it. I'm on the loud pedal. Down the back straightaway, he smashes on it into turn number 3, and he plants it into turn number 3. Going to use that high side to his advantage off of turn number 4, still door to door, and he gets him. Gary Stuckey will fade back to 3rd, and that battle is no longer. We'll see if Gary Stuckey can mount another charge off of 2 as they'll head back down the back straightaway. Britton in the 4th spot. Danny Gill in 5th still. Ben Tinneman in 6th. But up front, Kelly Lockey, who's got a lot of confidence right now, has 1 limited modified win in the 2015 season coming down in Manny, Louisiana at the Sabine Motor Speedway. But Lockey has never won here at his home racetrack. 3 weeks ago, this car was in victory lane at the Boot Hill Speedway in Greenwood, Louisiana with his teammate Jason Tyner. I call him the Joker, and I call Lockey the Riddler. That was the plan. They flip a coin to find out who's going to drive the car. Tyner won at Boot Hill, and they flipped the coin, and he was hoping he was going to be able to roll in that momentum and pick up 2 in a row. But instead, Kelly Lockey came out and picked up a 2nd place the last time out here at Lone Star to Ingalls. And I tell you, that Gotcha chassis has really been working with that Jeff Bates power plant underneath the hood of the 1. He has a whole straightaway advantage right now over 2nd place of Scotty Thrifty Nichols out of Kilgore. Stuckey still in the 3rd spot. This time, it will be 2 laps to go. 1.5 laps to go now for the Riddler, Kelly Lockey. Down the back straightaway, Gary Stuckey's going to get a run into turn number 3 on Scotty Nichols, and here comes Stuckey. You might see the slide job. Here we go. Door to door for 2nd. Off the 4. Who's going to get 2nd tonight, folks? The white flag is out the final time around Lone Star in your 3rd and final limited modified heat race presented by Smiley's Racing Products. In a 1. A bottle by Nichols. Here comes Stuckey. Stuckey going to try to capitalize on that bottle. He'll even the way down the back straightaway into turn number 3, looking for the slider. Will he throw the slide job? No, he won't. And Nichols is going to hold him at bay. What a good drive for Scotty Thrifty Nichols out of Kilgore to grab 2nd. The Riddler, Kelly Lockey, takes the win And then an outlaw chassis number 47, Gary Stuckey, grabs third. Babbitt, folks, this is a stacked heat. It's about to be a dandy. Outside is the 21K at Kilgore, Brandon Neal inside of Ford, Willis, Texan, Doug Burns in the IRP. Dustin Tater-Hyde, former most popular driver of the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Green is out for Culp. Here we go. This is going to get interesting. In a 1. Timothy Coe gets the whole shot on Pearson, the 51, and here comes Lil Freaky down the back straightaway side by side for second as they head into the 3. Here comes the Jet, Brett Frazier. Brett Frazier, been doing a whole lot of late model racing since 2010. Really hasn't sat behind the wheel of a modified very much over the last several seasons. And he's trying to work on third spot there for David Pearson, the 51. Remember, folks, passing point system implemented. It's not necessarily where you finish. It's about how many cars you pass to get there. And Dustin Tater-Hyde, who was inside of the RacingDirt.com power rankings for several weeks in 2015, is trying to work his way from the tail on the 8, that THR1 body and fabrication TRE race car. Into 1. There is a great battle going on here with the 33 of the Jet, Brett Frazier, the 12 of Babbitt, and the 51 of Pearson. Here comes Tater-Hyde. He'll throw it to the bottom in turn number 3. Kind of a snoozer up front with Timothy Culp. He's running away with that twisted chassis number 8. And finally disposing of the 51P of David Pearson. It'll be the 30. Oh, and he pushes the Jet, Brett Frazier, and they go 3 wide off of 2 down the back straightaway. It's getting good, folks. Heat race number 1 for the Upper World Modifies, 10,000 on the line. What a move by Brett Frazier to the outside. He's going to hammer the cushion. Oh, my goodness. He gets a 3-for-1 special. You got the Walmart special off of turn number 4 and into 1. Brett Frazier just got up on the wheel like it's 2001 at Boot Hill Speedway. Oh, my. Into turn number 3, Brett Frazier. He said he's sick and tired of the bad luck, and the bad luck biscuit better fall off tonight because he is up on the wheel. Saw-knotted into 1. Sunnyvale Texan Clyde Dunn Jr. still rides in second of that MB Custom. Timothy Coe running away, though, up front in car number 8. Jet, Brett Frazier. He had bad luck last night. He did not even get to really even contest in his heat race. He pulled off halfway. Tried to come out for the qualifier. Wasn't able to do it. And he knew that he was going to have to rebound tonight. And tonight was all on his weekend. And this battle for third, the war rages on. It's David Pearson, 51P, Channelview Texan Corey Babbitt, and the 8 of Dustin Tater-Hyde. Dustin Tater-Hyde, 7 wins at 4 different racetracks in 2015 as they fan out and go 3 wide for that position off of 4. The white flag is out, though. And then Timothy Culp looks to have this one in the bag with Clyde Dunn Jr. second, and the Jet, Brett Frazier. The battle, though, right here for 4th. Who's it going to be? Tater-Hyde all over the Rodeclet of the 12 of Babbitt. He's all over the 51P of Pierce. Side by side, it's Babbitt, Pearson, Hyde. Who's it going to get it? Tater-Hyde's going to fit it. He goes 3 wide. Oh, my. What a power move by Dustin Tater-Hyde. It doesn't get any better than that. Again, outside it'll be the 10. The 15-year-old out of Henderson, Ty Clampett. Inside of 2 from Powderly, it's Big Boss, Ross Malone. Outside, it's Larry No Fears out of Kilgore. How about Muskogee, Oklahoma's Chad Wheeler at 88. Great to see Chad Wheeler back in the house. Outside, it's Billy Jack Bruchin out of Gleewater, Texas. Has a win here this season. And major smoke coming out here on the left front of Big Boss Ross. And here's the remainder of that lineup, folks. This is another stacked heat. Inside of the 4th row was Marshall Texan Rollo Pilkington of that GRT chassis with a Sputz power plant underneath the hood. And racing Jason Ingalls, defending limited modified Armadillo Nationals winner, as we are underway in heat race number 1. And the all-time winningest driver in the history of Arklatex Speedway, Winnigan Chris Hennigan, up front here at LoneStar. He's got that Sputz Power GRT CNC Oilfield Services, Rollo's Lewin Auto 4S Motorsports number 16, rocking and rolling here in Kilgore. Chris was guaranteed at least the outside of row number 4, or inside, sorry, a 7th starting position in tomorrow night's 10,000 to win Day Motorsports Armadillo Nationals finale. He said he wants more. He doesn't want to start that far back. He says he feels he has a race car to get the outside pole, so he's going for it tonight. Chris has the lead. He leads them in a 1 by about 4 car lengths over Larry Fears in the F&F transmission, more wheel service number 11. Down the back straightaway. In 3rd now. He has really stepped his game up this year, folks. I've been bragging a lot on the Gleewater Texan in 78, that huge chassis, PTS powered entry, Billy Jack Bruchin. Bruchin had a good run last night, just didn't really have the results to show for it. And the 15-year-old Ty Clampett finished 7th last night, folks. That 15-year-old has gotten better and better and better every time he gets on the racetrack. But right now he's got his hands full with Chris Hennigan's teammate Ronald Pilkington back for 5th. Pilkington debuted a brand new race wrap this weekend done by Superior Graphics and Eric Scott. And Chad Wheeler just got way high, wide, and handsome as he'll go door-to-door with the 12 of racing Jason Ingalls. Jason Ingalls will get by there. Chad Wheeler will fade in 88. It is good to see Chad Wheeler back here in the South, though, with that GRT race car, former teammate to Jeremy Payne out of Springfield, Missouri. And Big Boss Ross Campanova Ross Malone's fun meter has been pegged. He's pulled her down to the infield. Tough bait for Ross as the white flag is out for Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. The battle, all eyes on the racetrack for that 4th spot. Who's it going to be? Pilkington all over the deck lid of the 15. That young man is driving a 7-year-old Larry Shaw race car chassis of Ty Clampett in car number 10. Finished 7th in the A qualifier last night. And the checkers are out right now for Winnigan. Chris Hennigan, he's got it done. Off the 4. Larry Fearsel snacks 2nd at the line. Who's it going to be? The 78 of Bruchin gets 3rd. And how about it for Ty Clampett in 4th? Keep your eyes on the 19 of Jamie Burford. He wants to get up front in this one. On the loud pedal off of Forrest Hawkins. Here we go. Oh, my. And, folks, your pole sitter just did not go. Pole sitter Chad Minguez did not get on the loud pedal, and Billy Milton did. And we'll see you later. Your pole sitter Chad Minguez has already faded all the way back almost to the tail as Billy Milton Jr. leads lap number 1 in car number 87. Jamie Burford in hot pursuit of that Burford and May Motorsports Dowden Logging GRT chassis. He's got a PTS power plant underneath the hood built by John McLemore out of Minden, Louisiana. Jamie Burford has a really good race car here this weekend. Last night didn't really have the results to show for it. He was involved in a crash in the heat race and got involved in a fender bender also in the A main event. Right now, though, here he comes down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It's about to be a side-by-side battle, and the caution is out. Oh, my. We were about to see a slider, I believe. Dustin Tater Hyde came from 8th to finish 4th, so he'll have a nice bushel of passing points from heat race number 1. That 3-wide pass coming to the checkers, that was maybe the move of the night so far. As Billy Milton Jr. on the loud pedal, here we go. It's going to be interesting to see if the Keachai, Louisiana driver, Jamie Burford, can live up to his nickname. We call him the hot side hustler. We know Billy Milton can roll the hot side as good as any of them as well. One of the most diverse drivers in the Arklatex racing scene is your leader, Billy Milton Jr. He's raced sprint cars. He's raced factory stocks. He's raced limiteds. He raced mods. It doesn't matter. If it has 4 tires, he can get it done, and here comes Burford. Burford will slide into the inside door for the race lead off at turn number 4. Billy Milton holds him at bay for the time being this time. Back into 1 and 2. Burford finding something right to the center part of the racetrack right now, though. Not hammering to the cushion. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. All eyes up front. The 19 of Jamie Burford. Teammates now with the Dowden Motorsports team from South Louisiana. Been racing a lot down at Leesville. 171. Coming into last weekend, he had won 4 straight. One at Boot Hill Speedway 3 weeks ago. Burford's had a really good year. 6 wins for Jamie Burford in 2015. Billy Milton Jr., he's got 2 wins on the year. This time, it's 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go into 1. Billy Milton Jr. has been able to do a great job and hold the 19 of Burford from Keachai, Louisiana at bay for the time being. I feel it coming, folks. I think a slider is on the way. But Milton doing such a good job of keeping that car as wide as possible. As here comes Burford, and the slider's on its way into 1. Oh, my. Like I said, though, the 87 of Milton making that car wide as possible and not letting Burford throw anything at him. Here we go again. Burford will hit the high side. He'll look for some momentum. Here he comes, folks. Will we see a last lap pass off the top side using the high side hustler to the line? Burford's going to try it, but he can't do it. And Billy Milton Jr. is going to hold off Burford. And coming home in third will be Jerry Jackson in 86. Water, Texas, that's Justin Romine. Outside from Tatum, Texas in the 64B Shaw chassis, it's Mark Washburn. Inside of 2, the JCT Auto Sales Jack Swinning Service number 75, it's K-Daddy Kyle Taylor. Out of Pace, Florida in the 8, it's Mike Lane. Kevin Rutherford out of Flower Mound, Texas. 10th place finish at last weekend's U.S. National Dirt Track Championship. Donny Mcbride Jr. flipped really hard last night, and he's not going to be able to make it out tonight as we're underway into 1 and 2. Wes Armstrong started at the tail of the field in this one in 57. He had a really fast race car last night. He's already picked 1 off in the back of the 57. Keep your eyes on him in this one. The 29 of Keith Hammett from Brookover, Arkansas. He's working on the 2nd spot. He's up top. Here comes the 29 of Hammett. Hammett beat Chris Hennigan last night in a heat race here at LoneStar in a dandy. I mean, he beat him by literally an inch or 2. And one of the best races of all of last night was between the 29 of Hammett and the 16 of Chris Hennigan. Door-to-door for the race lead off of turn number 2, the 64B, holding them at bay for the time being. Mark Washburn just now got back into dirt track racing. He's been driving Danny Bates' number 3 factory stock over the last several weeks. And, well, he got the itch to get inside of an open wheel modified again. This is what he used to race in. And, boy, does he look good tonight. He's in an old-school Shaw chassis, and he's holding them at bay. Keith Brookover working all over him for the race lead in car number 29. Here we go. Into turn number 3. Side by side for the top spot. Brookover to the inside of the 64B. Washburn holds him at bay, making that car wide. Just like we saw in the last race with Jamie Burford and Billy Milton Jr. Back into 1. Romine trying to get something working around the outside of the racetrack there and making some major gains in this one is the Armstrong Wrecker Service cam chassis number 57 of Wes Armstrong, and here comes Armstrong. He threw it in there hard into turn number 3. Back into 1. Brookover. Can he snake this lead away? He gets a really good run this time off of turn number 2, and here he comes. He'll dive it to the inside. He has to get on the binders there. Leaving the bottom wide open is Washburn. But Washburn gets a good drive off the outside of the corner. The white flag is out. And that may have done it. The Brookover will get another good run here. Sorry, I've been saying Brookover, folks. It's Keith Hammett from Brookover. Off a 4-year winner. How about it for the Shaw Chassis 64B of Mark Washburn? Keith Hammett out of Brookover, Arkansas, comes home in second. Justin Romine with a good run in third. So your first of 3 factory stock heat races with Johnny Reed on the point. David Corbella with the green flag in hand. It'll be up to him to smash on the loud pedal off of turn number 4, and Johnny Reed will. Here we go. Oh no, that was not a good start. Got damage already on the right rear. The 75 of Boatman tried to take advantage, and it didn't really hurt him too much. Well, Boatman does take the race lead. Down the back straightaway, into 3. I'm telling you right now, folks, keep your eyes on the 12 of Bo Perry. Had some bad luck last night, but he has been bad fast at every single racetrack all year long. Scored a win at Boot Hill Speedway earlier in the season. He also scored a win here at LoneStar. That's the 12 car out of Bossier City right now, rides in the 4th position. Nose to tail right now. Off of turn number 4, Anthony Boatman out of Winona, Texas, leads the way. And the Acme Motorsports and Fabrication number 75, Jeff Bates Performance Entry. He has got company, though, off of 2. And a great battle for 3rd. Here comes Bo Perry in 12. Bo Perry, he'll throw it to the inside. And we got a great battle for the race lead, and we got a great battle for the 3rd spot. Off of turn number 4, the 12 of Bo Perry to the inside of Steve Hearn out of Mineola, Texas. Hearn says no. He says, why don't you go ahead and sit down and take a seat, Bo, because I'm not getting off this top. Oh, well, that cost him. And Steve Hearn gets into the outside wall, and Bo Perry will go to 3rd. Bo Perry will go to 3rd now. Johnny Reed all over the back bumper of your race leader to the 75 of Anthony Boatman as they head off into turns number 1. Boatman running the line just a little bit lower there, and you can see his car's pushing right to the center, and here's where Johnny Reed makes his gain. Into 3. Reed working right to the center part of the racetrack. He'll slide up just a bit. Boatman has the track position to his advantage right now. Into 1. Who's it going to be? Just a little bit of a bobble could be the difference in this race. And, of course, Johnny Reed, when you start on the pole, when you're with the passing point system, you want to hold serve from there. Right now, Anthony Boatman, coming from inside of 2 from 3rd to 1st, he'd have to feel pretty comfortable about where he'd start in a qualifier if he can hold on from here, but Johnny Reed is giving him all kind of trouble. And I know that the 12 of Bo Perry would love to see a caution because he's reeled in that lead duo now. That 12 car is moving fast and in a hurry up front. The 42 of Danny James just gets around the 1 for 4 spot here with the white flag out. Who's it going to be? Will we see a final lap pass here? A good run off of turn number 2 for Johnny Reed. Will he make a bonsai move into turn number 3? Are we waiting to see the slide job you've been expecting? He'll drive it hard to the outside. He'll try to cross underneath him off of turn number 4. They're going to drag race to the line. Down the frustrator we go with LoneStar, and Anthony Boatman wins it. Up, and that's pretty cool. Outside of Mark Simon of the 77, good to see this young man back out of Gladewater feature winner here last season. It's Colton Furr in 77. 5th row to the inside out of Frankston, Billy Mazzell the 3rd. Billy Davis out of Lindale, Texas in 91, and Richard Smith rounds out the field in 68. We've got them racked and stacked. The lights are out. We're on the loud pedal. Here we go. Nice start into one. They are side by side all the way to the tail of the field here. Oh my, going 3 wide, trying to go 4 wide. Down the back straightaway. Colton Ferg got into the wall near to the back of the pack in 77. We're still door to door for the race lead. Michael Hill to the 99 of Moondog, Don Grindle. Here comes the 3 of Tuggle. Little John has never driven that number 3 car before, so he's going to have to get a lap to get it filled out here. I didn't see him out there in hot laps. Oh my, Mark Simon just made a nice move to the inside. The 23 turned underneath and passed 1 car. And now he'll work onto the back bumper to the 50 of Joey Virgo Jr. off of turn number 4. He'll lead the H93 of Michael Hill. The Kilgore Texan leads the way here at his home racetrack, and here comes Moondog battling back to the inside. And Little John Tuggle, he goes to the outside, and don't squeeze him, Moondog. It's close. Oh my. Whew, that got close, folks. Looked like Moondog didn't know that Tuggle was there. Nearly squeezes him into the outside wall. Tuggle had to get onto the binders, and he's pushing him into 1 and 3. T-Ray Burkhead into the 333. He's up to 4th, and here comes simple Mark Simon. Simon says sit down and take a seat. Here comes Mark Simon. Oh, Mark got a little bit loose there. He got into the right or the left rear quarter panel of the 50X of Joey Virgo. It knocks him out of line, and it opens up the door for the 115 of Billy Mazzell the 3rd out of Frankston. But what a race so far. I'm telling you, you could throw a blanket over the top 3 right now. What more do you want, race fans? Michael Hill now up front in the H93, being pressured hard here by the Tatum Texan Moondog Don Grindle. Little John Tuggle, been racing factory stock since 2007. One of the more proven factory stock drivers in the Arklatex region, and he gives a bump to 99 into turn number 3. T-Ray Burkett holds on to the 4th spot. He's right outside of that battle. Mark Simon from Buffalo, Missouri, trying to make, and they make a harder contact. The 50X of Virgo and the 23 of Simon make some more contact there. Here comes Simon now working on the back bumper to the 333 of T-Ray Burkett down the back straightaway. But still, most of the eyes are on Tuggle in the 3, and here comes Simon again. I'm telling you, great battles all over this racetrack right now in heat race number 2 for the factory stocks presented by Blaine's Motor Supply. The white flag out, the final time around Lone Star into 1. Who's going to make a gain? Who might lose a spot? Here comes Simon in 23. He wants to try to pressure the 333 of T-Ray Burkett on the final circuit. Tuggle, he wants to get around the 99X, but it looks like everybody's going to hold serve from where they're at, and they will. The checkers are out for Michael Hill. Because the finishing points are crucial with this passing point system. If Jody Prince gets the win from the outside, he's going to get those finishing points plus a half a point for passing the pole sitter. So David Corbillo has the green flag in hand over Jonathan Stewart, an outlaw chassis and a hot chassis up front. Here we go. Texas and Louisiana battle it out into 1. Jonathan Stewart, your pole sitter. Oh, he slides up, and Jody Prince going to hammer the cushion. They're still door-to-door for the race lead down the back straightaway. Oh, my. Jeff Sontag has a hot rod here tonight. That 26, this is a stacked heat, folks. That 18 will be to the front here quick and in a hurry. They're still door-to-door for the top spot off of 4. Jody Prince leads lap 1. Jody Prince, that J&J Motorsports hot chassis 10P machine. He's got an F1 power plant underneath the hood built by Donovan Owens out of Redwater, Texas. F1 Performance out of Redwater, Texas, also underneath the hood of Sean Graham. Tomorrow night's $2,000 pole sitter for the Armadillo Nationals. As Prince leads the first 2 circuits here in your 3rd and final factory stock heat race at Lone Star. Jonathan Stewart, 5 factory stock wins here at Lone Star Speedway in the 2012 season. Hasn't raced here much over the last several years. In 2014, though, Jay Stu did pick up a pair of victories, 2 wins here, as we had 8 different factory stock winners in the 2014 season here at Lone Star. Jody Prince has never won here in a factory stock. He's never even won here in a late model. Raced here a bunch in the past. Jody Prince did, your race leader with the Southern United Professional Racing Series. Tonight could be his night to break into victory lane. So once again, Jody Prince up front, separating himself by about 3 or 4 car lengths. Tough break for Tracy Cundiff out of Kilgore. He is limping that 93 car around the top of 3 and 4. Should be able to get it to the infield. And Jonathan Stewart still rides in 2nd. Jeff Sontag having a good run here in the 3rd spot. And Donny Mcbride Jr., the 2013 Armadillo Nationals champion of the factory stock, rides in 4th. Alex Williams in 5th in car number 6 as they're back into 1 and 2. Halfway down. Sorry, that was 2 to go. 2 to go that time. Looked like David was showing halfway to go. White flag this time by for the Sibley, Louisiana's Jody Prince. Prince leads the field into 1 and 2 by about 5 car lengths over Jonathan Stewart. Jeff Sontag being pressured hard by the Palestine Texan, Donny Mcbride Jr. in 18M. And, oh no, Jonathan Stewart just lost the power plant in the 3. Sontag will take second. That'll give an extra passing point as well to the 26 Sontag and to the 18 of Donny Mcbride. You hate to see that for Jonathan Stewart, who had a good run going here. The top 8 go, and the lights are out. Here we go. Heading into 1. Rutherford trying to make it 3 wide. Jason Ingalls not taking any prisoners here in this one. They're 3 wide for third down the back straightaway off of 2. Into turn number 3, Kevin Rutherford shoots out of the middle of that gap like the hot dog out of the bun. And I tell you, that number 9 car is working here at Lone Star early in this one. The 9, he's up the 3rd. Door-to-door there for 4th. Channel View Texan Corey Bandel. He'll throw the slide job. Well, he tried it. David Pierce stay committed to the outside, and he'll tag the wall. Oh no, and Kevin Rutherford in the 9 is off the pace. Tough break there for the Flower Mill Texan Kevin Rutherford, who's off of a nice run last weekend at the U.S. National Dirt Track Championship, and we got one hard on the wall off of turn number 4. It's David Pierce. And that GRT chassis, Butts Power number 22, one of the cleanest looking cars I've seen this season. He's on the loud pedal off of 4 and ready to set the pace. Here we go. Pilkington will dive it into turn number 1. You got some good shoes in this B main who typically don't find themselves in a B main. Leading them the way down the back straightaway, it's Ronald Pilkington. Chris Hennigan's teammate of the 22 out of Marshall, Texas. Door-to-door for the 2nd spot. It's racing Jason Ingalls, his home racetrack here at Lone Star. He rides and takes the 2nd spot away from Channel View Texan Corey Babbitt into 1. Jason Ingalls has a bad, fast race car. That Matco Tools TNS Quality Services PTS powered IRP number 12, the builder of IRP race car chassis. Channel View Texan Corey Babbitt, he's on a Bob Pierce this weekend, and here comes the 88. The Wheeler Metals GRT chassis 88, former teammate to Jeremy Payne, Chad Wheeler. Through 3 and 4, off of 4, everybody pretty much single file, nose to tail separated by about the same length. About 2 car lengths separate everybody from 1st back to about 6th spot here. Ending with the 32 at Doug Burns out of Willis, Texas in 32. K-Daddy Kyle Taylor trying to work his way back into the mix, and the caution is out on the 21. And he is the defending winner of the Armadillo Nationals in the factory stock. He thought that he wasn't even going to be able to race the mod this weekend. He initially planned on putting K. Dillard behind the wheel of that 22 GRT. Couldn't get the factory ready, and here he is up front. In a 1 and 2, Pilkington will lead him. And here comes racing Jason Ingalls. And wow, down to the inside is the Florida driver, Mike Lane in 8. I tell you, he's working to the inside of the 88 of Muskogee, Oklahoma's Chad Wheeler off the 4. Wheeler still holds him. And now to the inside comes K-Daddy Kyle Taylor to the inside of Mike Lane. I tell you what, Kyle Taylor just made a power move in 75. Oh my. Oh, and the caution is back out. Life in the fast lane by the Eagles. It's a dandy. In the 3, Ronald Pilkington out of Marshall. Going to lead him to the point once again. Can he get some green flag laps in the books off of 4? He's on the loud pedal. We're underway. Pilkington in that brand new GRT race car chassis. Off of 2, here comes racing Jason Ingalls at his home racetrack. He'll go to the outside of the Channel View Texan Corey Babbitt. Corey Babbitt, he'll battle back to the inside into turn number 3, but here comes racing Jason. He's going to put the heat on the 22 at Pilkington for the top spot. The white flag is out this time. Can Jason make a power move to get around the 22 at Pilkington? You got 4 different chassis makes occupying your top 4 right now. A GRT up front with a split. Oh, and he pushes up to the top of 4. Jason Ingalls going to drag race to the line, but Pilkington somehow wins it. Woo! I'm telling you, Pilkington pushed up to the top of 3 and 4 like a dump truck and opened up that lower line for the 12 of Jason Ingalls, and that almost was a disaster for the Marshall Texan, Ronald Pilkington. As Corbello has the green flag in hand once again, it's up to Clayton Coslow in 28 to smash it through the floorboard, and that's a good start. Here we go. In a 1 and 2, Coslow with the advantage off the 2 down the back straightaway. Oh my, what a head of steam by the 27 of Jeff Bates. And he gives a bump to the 42 of Steve Hearn in the 3. Man, Jeff Bates has a rocket ship here tonight. He built his own power plants, Jeff Bates himself, with a Jeff Bates Performance power plant underneath the hood of that side pocket sponsored number 27 machine. And now he's got trouble. He just got out of the groove there, and now Jonathan Stewart will take a peek to the inside of the 29, and here comes the 93 of Tracy Cundiff. I'll tell you, you could throw a blanket over third through about 6th spot. Colton Furr right there on the outside of that battle in 77 out of Gladewater, Texas. That young man knows his way around this racetrack. Just hasn't raced much this season. Still trying to knock a little bit of the rust off, if he had any at all. And they're door-to-door, side-by-side, right up there in front of him. As up front, Clayton Coslow in the 28 has about a 4-car length lead over the Competition Automotive 50X of Joey Virgo Jr. from Louisiana. Jonathan Stewart prevails for third off at 4 into 1. Making another charge of the 27 of Jeff Bates as he'll get around the 42 of Mineola, Texan Steve Hearn now. Steve Hearn just got sucked out of the draft like he was at Talladega. He sunk like an anchor fast and in a hurry in 42. He can't get off that bottom. He has problems. Coslow still leads him in the 1, keeping that car straight. And Jeff Bates just drove that car hard into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, he'll even the way with the 93 of Tracy Cundiff, the best battle on the racetrack. The 93 and the 27 through 3 and 4. Jeff Bates trying to hold the outside of the 93, and he has the advantage at the line. Colton Furr now knocking on the back door of the 93. He's like, hello, now I'm ringing the doorbell. Will you let me in? He's like, no, I will not. Down the back straightaway. Colton Furr, he says, well, I guess what? I'll just drive to your inside then. Now I have to go through the back door. The side door, rather. And he cannot sidestep the 93 of Cundiff, as he clearly has the better race car right now as Colton Furr in 77. That may be the best battle on the track right now. The 77 of Colton Furr all over the rear deck lid of the 93, and he'll try to take another peek to the inside as they approach 3. And through 3, Cundiff still has the advantage off of 4. Clayton Coslow still leads up front by about 2.5 car lengths over Joey Virgo Jr. and the 29 of Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan Stewart is reeled in. Virgo for second. Here comes Stewart. He'll step up a lane. Oh my, Jonathan Stewart. He's getting a good run into the outside of a turn before this time by his 2 laps to go for Coslow. Right through the center of the racetrack, that black line. Hopefully we'll see some moisture put down on the racetrack, maybe a little bit of track prep. And Colton Furr has trouble. That young man at 77 out of Gladewater has problems. And he may be done for the night. He is off the pace in 77. Tough break for Colton because the white flag is out. He's going to have to try to limp it around. Only the top 8 go. And he's in 7th right now. Hearn's in 8th. He has enough cushion, though, on the remaining part of the field where he could still get that 8th and final transfer spot. The final time. It's a dandy coming to the checkers, though. And getting the win is Clayton Coslow and Jonathan Stewart trying to make a run to the outside of the 50X of Virgo, but couldn't get it done. So Coslow will take the win in 28. David Corbillo has the green flag in hand. 20 laps the distance. The top 4 lock into the outside row of tomorrow night's Armadillo Nationals 3,000 win A main event. We're underway. Eddie Martin looking to win this one, and we already have major problems in turn number 1. A fender bender. We stay green, though. There may be debris on the racetrack, but I'm not sure. There was quite a few cars there. They kept going. The caution still comes out. 3,000 on the line for the limiteds, and we're about to find out who's going to be your outside pole sitter. And tomorrow night, Smiley's Racing Products 3,000 to win Armadillo Nationals A main alongside Jason Ingalls. Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin. We'll put it through the floorboard off of 4. Here we go. Dive them into 1 for the first time here, as we had to have an original restart after a fender bender there in 1 and 2 on the opening lap. A nice move there for second for the Riddler. Kelly Lockey, he smells it, folks. This could be the biggest weekend of his career. He has 1 limited modified win in the 2015 season. Oh my goodness! Woo! I thought that was about to be nasty, folks. If you guys saw what I saw, the 30 of Pork Chop Chamberlain got into the left rear of the 1 of Lockey there for second, and I thought Lockey was about to go around. I really did. That was very, very close there as they head down the front straightaway back into 1. Still Oklahoma's Eddie Martin still leads in that Big Chief Race chassis. You got a gotcha chassis in second with Lockey behind the wheel. Down the back straightaway into 3. How about the run for Nate Gaines tonight, holding on to 4, trying to lock himself into the show. Keep your eyes on that 15W. The winningest driver at LoneStar Speedway since 2011, Denny Guyberetta of Frankston, Texas. He is the inaugural modified Armadillo Nationals winner. He won $10,000 here in 2013. He hasn't been modified racing over the last year. He's just been focusing on the limited program, and he has had a lot of bad luck this year. Talked to Denny last night, and he's just ready for this bad luck to shake. And he's going to try to work his way into that top 4, but behind the 8 ball right now, and right behind the 47 of that outlaw chassis of Gary Stuckey. Scotty Nichols right there in front of those guys in the 6th spot. In 5th is the 78 of Billy Joe Bruchin out of Gladewater. Nate Gaines right there in the P&W Sills Wicked chassis number 7 in 4th. And the 30 still is Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain in 30. As we stay green here, getting some green flag laps in the books. And Kelly Lockie has not been able to have anything for your race leader, Eddie Martin, up front of that Big Chief chassis. He's able to keep that car very straight on the entry to the corner and off of exit. That's the car that Fran Collins drove here last year, that 0 car. As they were teammates here last year, Fran Collins and Eddie Martin were. Also had a really good run down at the South Texas Shootout in Corpus Christi to cap off the season, which that race this year will pay $10,000 to the winner. Stephen Whitaker Jr., defending winner. Speaking of Whitaker, wasn't able to show up this weekend because he didn't have a power plant for the open wheel mod, and he didn't want to come if he couldn't run both classes. He finished 2nd here at both of the Armadillo Nationals. Does the Riddler, Kelly Lockie, have anything for the Stillwell, Oklahoma racer? Does Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain? Here we go. Back on the loud pedal off of 4 and into 1. Lockie gets the whole shot there for the 2nd spot over the 30 of Chamberlain. He got a pretty good run there in a 1 and 2. They're 3 wide back there about mid-pack. Billy Milton Jr., the 15 of Denny Guyber. Oh my, that got dicey. And Nate Gaines just fell out of the top 5 now. Tough break for Nate. He had a good run going in car number 7, and here comes Guyber. Denny Guyber trying to work his way into the mix. Billy Milton Jr. in 87 of that Big Chief chassis, the only car really rim running the outside of LoneStar. He's won so many races here over the years, rim running the outside, and right now he can't make it work for him in 87. Single file up front. Everybody's separated right now, nose to tail, first through about 8th spot. And then you find Milton trying to go door to door there and find something around the racetrack, around that top shelf. Just cannot make it stick. Up front, Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin, unchallenged so far to this point. Kelly Lockie doing a well of a job here tonight. He has got to feel super if he is able to put this car starting on the outside of row number 2 for the A-Main tomorrow night. Lockie looking for the biggest win of his career this weekend. He also pilots a GRT chassis modified. And he had nothing but bad luck in that car all year long, so he parked it, and he plans on breaking it out for the USMTS Winter Nationals in Vivian, Louisiana, November 5th, 6th, and 7th. And we've got one slow here to the bottom of 3 and 4, but he should be able to pull her down into the infield, and he does. And Scotty Nichols' fun meter has been pegged as well. He goes to the infield. Guyber trying to break into that top 4. He's quite a few spots back, but he's working on the tail feather of the 7 and 8 gain as he tries to get around the 0-7 of Jones. Royce Jones out of Troop, Texas, the 15 at Guyber to the 7 and 8 gains, all in a great battle back there for about the 5th, 6th, 7th spots. Gary Stuckey occupies 5th in car number 47, that outlaw chassis. I talked about it earlier. Got the biggest win of his career at Timberline Speedway in Corley, Texas, earlier this season, worth $2,000. He held off some of the best in the business to do it. He beat Derek Grigsby in the 69 to get it done. And that is undoubtedly the best battle on the racetrack with 5 laps to go for Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin. We got one spinning right in front of your leaders. Oh my goodness. Ugh, that was silly. Sorry. Whew, that's 77 of John Jarrett Jr. I tell you, he turned that car right from the infield right in front of your leaders. And that was scary. Luckily, it didn't cost any of those guys. Still the best battle on the racetrack is between the 15 of Denny Guyber to the 0-7 of Royce Jones. Guyber trying everything he can to get into this show. Either way, don't count him out though. Whether he has to race his way in here tomorrow, he will become a factor towards the tail end of the A-Main, and he'll put to the inside of the 7 and 8 gains. He'll pick him off now. He's only 2 spots out looking into that top 4. He'll try to reel in the 47, but time is running out. The sand in the hourglass is ticking away now. Oh, and Guyber lost it in 1. And Nate Gaines is involved. The 0-7 out of Troop and Royce Jones as well. And on the loud pedal off of 4, it's Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin, who's led every single lap in this B main event. Or A qualifier, sorry. Your A qualifier for your Armadillo Nationals on night number 2. The top 4 will be locked into the outside row of tomorrow night's 3,000 Win Smiley's Racing Products A main event. And we got one hard on the wall in turn number 3. Hard into the wall. He may not be able to limp it around and get it to the infield. He'll try, and he will. Send it to promoter school, folks. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The war wages on for that 4th and final spot. The 78 of Bruchin puts it to the inside of that outlaw chassis. Number 47 of Stuckey. The white flag is out. Who's it going to be? Back into 1 and 2. This is it, folks, for the final position to lock yourself in for tomorrow night's 3,000 win Smiley's Racing Products Limited Modified A feature. Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin has it in the bag. Kelly Lockey has 2nd. Pork Chop past 3rd and off the 4 to the line. Gary Stuckey gets it in that outlaw chassis. Good run, though, for Billy Joe Bruchin. So once again, David Corbillo has the green flag in hand. It's up to the Arkansas hot shoe, Keith Hammett out of Brooklyn, Arkansas, to put it through the floorboard off of turn number 4. Billy Milton Jr. at a long view going to try to get him here in heading into 1. We are underway in your 8 qualifier, 25 laps the distance. Only the top 4 lock into the Armadillo Nationals for tomorrow night, and they go fan out and go 4 wide off of 2 down the back straightaway. Oh my, what a move by the 8. Oh, and there's all kind of trouble in the back of the pack. Brett Frazier involved. Oh my goodness, a hard crash in 3. Lights are out, we're ready to go back. Green flag racing. David Corbillo with the green. Keith Hammett out of Brook over Arkansas. Oh my, that was not a good start. That was not a good start for your pole sitter, Keith Hammett. Not a good start by your pole sitter, Keith Hammett, but we stay green. Here comes Timothy Culp. He'll slide it to the inside of the race leader, door to door with the 87 of Billy Melton Jr. And off at turn number 4, Billy Melton Jr. leads lap number 1. I thought we may call that start back, folks. Sorry about that. As your initial pole sitter, the Bandit chassis number 29, the Arkansas racer Keith Hammett fades back to 3rd. He'll be pressured now by Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. Chris Hennigan, he's in the spot where he would have finished last night, where he did finish in 4th. And he wanted to try to better that position. Right now, if he finishes where he is right now, he'll just start on the outside of row 4 rather than starting inside of row number 4. But honestly, I would rather start outside as we got a battle for the race lead. Timothy Culp, the defending Pelican 100 champion. He's typically in his Bob Pierce race car chassis, late model. The defending Pelican 100 champion at Arclotech Speedway going door to door with Billy Melton Jr. Timothy Culp does have a late model win here with the Super Series at LoneStar. This was several years ago. He made a World of Outlaws late model event here at LoneStar as well in his rookie season in 2010. And the 1 and 2, Billy Melton Jr. He's no stranger to victory lane here, and he's raced with the best of them. Like I said, he is no stranger. He has won a 10,000 win race before, and Culp has too. Culp's won in a late model, like I just said, at the Pelican last year, but he's never won a 10 grand in a modified. He's won some big races in an open wheel modified in his career. Cut his teeth at the age of 13 to 14 of the open wheel modified ranks at Arclotech Speedway and his old home racetrack of Fast Track Speedway over in Chatham, Louisiana, as Culp will fade back to 2nd after pressuring your race leader, the 87 Longview Texan Billy Melton, hard for those first several circuits. As Brookover trying to get those tires back underneath him as he's being pressured again by the 16 of Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. Off before the 32 of Willis Texan. Doug Burns' fun meter has been pegged. He pulls her down to the infield in 32 as we stay green. Down the front straightaway, Keith Hammett holding off the 16 of Hennigan. They had one of the best heat races all of last night. Hammett beat Hennigan to the line in a heat race by literally a half. It looked like a half of an inch in nearly a dead heat. And off of 4, Hammett swings wide and Hennigan takes 3rd. Chris Hennigan. So now he's proven himself that he did want to come out, and he made the right choice to come back and race tonight as Billy Melton Jr. off the pace. Billy Melton Jr. is broke. Hennigan's now off the 2nd. Timothy Culp. And if he can hold on now, he'll be your pole sitter for the Armadillo Nationals tomorrow night. Outside pole sitter anyway, as the caution is out. But now this is interesting, folks, because Chris Hennigan, he could have easily left that 16 car in the trailer tonight, but he was not satisfied with starting inside of row number 4. He has a good shot tonight as Timothy Culp, Colehan Culp on the loud pedal off of 4. Here we go. And a good restart by the Arkansas racer. Oh, and he pushes in 1 and 2. It opens back up the door for Chris Hennigan. They try to go 3 wide for 3rd down the back straightaway. How about the run for Larry Fears tonight in car number 11? It's getting exciting, folks. How about Larry Fears up on the wheel, sawing on it off of 4. They are going at it. Billy Jack Bruchin now onto the mix in 78. Down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. Timothy Culp leads him in the 3. Chris Hennigan in tow in 16. The 29 of Keith Hammett out of Arkansas. Larry No Fears in 4th. Maybe the best run of his season so far as he's up to 4th. The Kilgore Texan, the Lone Star Speedway track regular. And right behind him, another Lone Star regular, Billy Jack Bruchet, who has undoubtedly stepped his game up to a whole nother level in 2015. 2 wins on the year, 3 in his career. And off of 4, the battle for the transfer spot is about to be hotly contested right now between Billy Jack Bruchet of the 11 and Larry Fears. And also the question is, can Chris Hennigan reel in Timothy Culp? I talked about this earlier. Chris Hennigan is nearly undefeated as Billy Jack Bruchet is in the wall at the top of turns 3 and 4. Bruchet in the wall and the caution is out. I believe he's the only bandit in the show tonight. So here we go off of 4. Timbo Slice on the loud pedal. Here we go. Down the front straightaway. Good restart for Culp. Here comes Hennigan. Everybody in tow, and here comes Dustin Tater Hyde. Dustin Tater Hyde will take over for the final transfer spot down the back straightaway, and the caution is out. Alrighty, race fans, 11 laps scored, 14 laps to go here in your A qualifier. On night number 2 of the Armadillo Nationals, your A qualifier. Can Timothy Culp hold off one of the winningest drivers in Arklatex Speedway history, or Arklatex history in general? Win again, Chris Hennigan. Here we go. Back underway into 1. Timothy Culp got a little bit of a push there through 1 and 2. Oh my. Mark Washburn just drove right back around the outside of the AT of Dustin Tater Hyde. Dustin Tater Hyde will battle back to the inside. Jason Ingles off the pace in 12. And Tater Hyde will take that position away back from Mark Washburn. And they're door-to-door off of 4. Washburn looses a goose and he makes contact with Ronald Pilkington. That stacks up the field into 1. Billy Jack involved. Billy Jack's turned right in front of the field here in the 78. And the caution is going to have to come out. It's up to Timothy Culp, formerly out of West Monroe, Louisiana. He's on the loud pedal off of 4. Can Chris Hennigan or the 29 of Keith Hammett in that bandit chassis do anything with him? It's going to get good. Diving back into 1 and 2. Oh my. What happened to Tater Hyde? And here comes Corey Babbitt down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. Channel View Texan Corey Babbitt throws a slider on the 29. He's up the 3rd. You better look out, Keith Hammett. They're 3 wide for the 4th and final transfer spot down the front straightaway. Halfway down. Into 1. Hammett has the 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Muskogee, Oklahoma's Chad Wheeler. And tough break for the Nash Flash, Dustin Tater Hyde. Dustin Tater Hyde's off the pace. And he is coming to a halt off of turn number 2. And the caution's going to have to come out. And that is tough. Pierce race car. It's up to Cool Hand Culp, Timothy Culp out of Prattsville, Arkansas. Formerly Louisiana native on the loud pedal off of 4. Here we go. Into 1. Oh, Babbitt leaning all over the 16 of Chris Hennigan. The battle for the 4th and final transfer spot. Win again, Chris Hennigan's teammate Ronald Pilkington now in the mix. He's in the top 4 now. The 22 GRT with that Sputz power plant underneath the hood. Your defending factory stock Armadillo Nationals champion, Ronald Pilkington, into the top 4. How about it? And you almost feel bad for the bandit chassis number 29 of Keith Hammett, who has had an awesome race car here all weekend, but you can tell something is not right with the 29. Because there goes the Muskogee, Oklahoma racer in 88. Chad Wheeler gets by in the Wheeler Metals 88. Oh, man. You hate to see that for Keith Hammett. These cautions have really hurt his chances here in the late going. He would have liked to see that last one go green. He did fade to 4th, though, prior to that last restart. But oh my, he's back in 5th now, and he's going to have to really get up on the wheel. Sorry, Hammett in 6th, Chad Wheeler in 5th. He's working all over the deck lid of the 22 of Ronald Pilkington from Marshall as they head into turn number 3. Chris Hennigan and his teammate trying to both get into the show. A pair of Marshall Texans run 3 and 4 right now as Corey Babbitt was able to muscle his way around. Win again, Chris Hennigan. As Chris Hennigan, still, if he finishes right here, it'll be better than where he would have started if he'd have just took the position that he finished in last night, which was 4th, and he would have started 7th in tomorrow night's A main. So Timothy Culp living out of Prattsville, Arkansas now, and that's Schaefer's Racing Oil. Twisted chassis. Number 8 off of turn number 4 leads the way. He's got about a 4-car length lead, and the caution is out. You don't expect to foresee that many cautions in that A main. As the lights are out, we're back underway off of turn number 4. Back into 1 and 2. Okay, this time by it should be 6 laps to go. This time by it'll complete lap number 19 as Timothy Culp comes across the stripe in the C8 car. Timothy Culp, what it would mean to him if he could pick up a modified victory. He wasn't even here last night. Timothy Culp, who only races this modified sparingly, he loves the races modified. He plans on being at the USMTS Winter Nationals in November when USMTS comes back to Arklatex Speedway. He came really, really close to winning a USMTS race at Arklatex back in 2009. Jason Hughes snuck one away from him in the late going. Culp lost the power plant after actually Tyler Townsend led the first several laps. And Jason Hughes stole one away from him late in the going, but Timothy Culp has been very close to getting a very prestigious modified win. He's won the Spring Nationals, he's won the Summer Nationals in Vivian, he's won an Arklatex Championship, but he's never run away a race of value of $10,000 other than in his late model, which actually that year the Pelican 100 paid $5,000, but he had to shorten it down to a one-day show due to Mother Nature. So this weekend would undoubtedly be the biggest win of Timothy Culp's career if he could pull it off. Did win the Gumbo Nationals last year up in Mississippi in the late model. They beat Bub McCool, and that race did pay 10 grand. So down the back straightaway, it looks like it's Timothy Culp, Cole Hands Culp, a race to lose here tonight as the Channel View Texan Corey Babbitt rides second. Chris Hennigan still third with the white flag out this time by for Cole Hand Culp. And how about it from Muskogee, Oklahoma's Chad Wheeler, who has driven his way all the way from the 22nd position to the 4th and final spot. He should start outside of her number 4 tomorrow night. Off of turn number 4 with a face full of checkered flag from veteran flagman David Corbello. Cole Hand Culp, Timothy Culp gets it done. Channel View Texan Corey Babbitt comes home in second. And it's Bob Pierce, number 12. Win again, Chris Hennigan in third and 16 out of Marshall. And Muskogee, Oklahoma's 22nd to 4th. How about it for Chad Wheeler? Ronald Pilkington, one spot out looking into the 22. We're going to keep you up here, and we're going to get your word on some of this racing throughout the race as Anthony Boatman's going to step on the lap pedal off of 4. The top 4 will lock into tomorrow night's Armadillo Nationals. And kind of a wild start. They're door-to-door in the 1. Jody Prince all over the deck, led to the 75 of Boatman. Oh my, throw a blanket over 1st through 6th. Unbelievable. Bo Perry going to get a run to the outside of the H93 of Michael Hale into turn number 3. Off of 4. And off of 4, Michael Hale's going to lead lap number 1. A little bit of contact with him in the 75 of Boatman. And Michael Hale might end up being your outside pole sitter tomorrow night. You never know, Michael Hale. Oh, and the 1 car gets loose down the back straightaway. And the caution is out early. It's up to Michael Hale to put his foot through the floorboard off of turn number 4. Bo Perry, I tell you, he's had a bad fast race car all year long. Boatman, your pole sitters, back to 3rd. We're underway. Boatman, I know he wants to relinquish the race lead. In the 1, here comes Bo Perry, the Bossier City, Louisiana racer, trying to make it an all-Louisiana front row here for the Armadillo Nationals tomorrow night. I know you wouldn't mind an all-Louisiana front row, would you, Sean?
Not at all. Bo Perry's a good little driver.
Yes, he is. He's really stepped his game up, man. Over the last several years, he's always in the mix. He got a hard charger here. At our last event, he drove from 20th to finish in the 3rd spot. There's all kind of fender banging and rubbing back to the tail part of the pack with Moondog Don Grindle of the 3 car, Little John Tuggle, as he gets swirly. Your top 4, though, it is getting tight off of 4. Jeff Sontag door-to-door there with the 12 of Bo Perry. Bo Perry lost that momentum that he had early, and here comes Boatman. Anthony Boatman will battle to the inside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And Michael Hale holding his own here, Sean. Let's see if Boatman can muster up some momentum to get around him.
I think Michael Hale has a real good shot at holding on here.
And the caution's going to have to come out of the racetrack at the top of turn number 1. Maybe. We don't see it yet. He may be able to get off. If everybody's able to go, oh, well. It may have been possible to. Ready to drop the flag and smash on the gas as the H93 trying to represent his hometown of Kilgore and sit on the front row alongside of my co-anchor right now, Sean Graham out of Shreveport. Here we go. It's Michael Hill up front at Lone Star. And a good restart for Bo Perry. And Jeff Sontag giving him a bump in a 1. Out of the outside is the 10 of Jody Prince. Oh my, look out. Here comes Donny Mcbride Jr., the 2013 Armadillo Nationals champion, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And don't look now, but here comes the 3. And he gets a shove by that other station wagon. Speaking of Little John Tuggle in car number 3, and we got one coming around. It's the 27 of Jeff Bates. Jeff Bates keeps it going, though. In a 1. They're banging all over Oh my, they're trying to go door-to-door for the fourth and final transfer spot. Jody Prince inside of the top 4 now in 10P.
Here comes Donny Mcbride.
Yes, sir. Last night he had one of the better race cars here. Did not have some luck go his way. He and Jonathan Stewart had a little bit of a fender bender and took him out of contention. Into 1. Michael Hill leads him right to the center of the racetrack. The 75 of Anthony Boatman in tow, and here comes Bobo. Bo trying to hold off the 10P of Jody Prince, and of course, these two guys have a little bit of a history as far as being friends. They help out each other, and they're going to race each other clean. But hey, let's stay in the show and let's not wreck each other. Like Sontag there in the 18 of McBride made just a little bit of contact, ever so slightly. The racing's getting good right now up front. Anthony Boatman trying to pressure Michael Hill. Michael Hill driving the race of his life tonight here at LoneStar. This is for all the Tostitos, folks, and for all the burritos. Who is going to sit on the outside pole alongside Shreveport, Louisiana? Sean Graham tomorrow night come A-main time. Everybody separated right now by about the same distance. Nose to tail through about 8 spot of the caution is out. We've already got the co-anchor here to my right. He's from Louisiana trying to sit on the pole and win this race for the first time for the state of Louisiana. Ronald Pilkington won it last year. And here we go. We're back underway. Good restart by Bo Perry in the 12. Hill lead them into 1 and 2 in the H93 now. Bo Perry to the inside of Anthony Boatman. Here comes Jody Prince. Here comes Jeff Sontag. You better not try to make it 3 wide because you're going to run out of real estate. Yeah, Donny Mcbride Jr. in the mix, folks. This is a good one. A contact made. Oh, no! Hard contact. Donny Mcbride going to go to the front straightaway wall. And Moondog Don Grindle involved. The 75 of Boatman. And when he was a young kid, now, let's be honest. He drove Bill Teague's car a few weeks ago, too, and had a great performance. So he's proved that he really can wheel anything. It took him a little bit of time, and it's coming to fruition. The lights are back out. Jonathan Stewart jumped about 5 cars on the restart, but hey, whatever. We're underway. Oh, my! Jeff Sontag just door slammed the 10P of Jody Prince. And Jody Prince says, that's okay, because I'll just motor right around the outside of you, and I'll push the H93 of Michael Hill in the 3. You're going to have more than that, Jess Sontag, because Jody Prince is going back to the front in 10P.
F1 power.
Donovan Owens builds a heck of a power plant out of Redwater, Texas. F1 performance, and here comes Jody Prince for the race lead. Trying to make it at all Louisiana front row tomorrow night for the Armadillo Nationals here in East Texas. Off of turn number 4, Michael Hill still driving the race of his life, though. Jody Prince will dive it back to the inside. He's going to open up the outside for Jeff Sontag. That could be a problem. And Sontag gets a little loose. This might end up not panning out the way that either one of these drivers like. They need to keep their heads on their shoulders. You're inside of the top 4. Let's keep calm. Let's stay there. Let's don't wreck each other. And let's go to the A-main.
That's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, let's get one more spot.
And there it is. Sontag rubbing all over the left rear fender of the 10P. We stay green. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Jody Prince. He's going to throw the slider. He'll take over the race lead from the H93 of Michael Hill, your new race leader in Sibley, Louisiana, in that J&J Motorsports 10P hot chassis. With that F1 power underneath the hood, Jeff Sontag just got into the H93 of Michael Hill in 1 and 2. And now, see you later. Bye-bye. Sit down and take a seat, will you? Jody Prince running away. He's got a 4-car length lead as he comes through 3 and 4 and off of turn number 4. Well, I think they may have just ticked Jody off a little bit, and he doesn't get mad. He may be one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, but oh my. You tick him off behind the wheel of a race car, and he'll drive like he's mad, and right now he's doing it. Separating himself by about 5 car lengths now, Sean, over Michael Hill. Little John Tuggle in that 4th and final spot. Can he get it done? Clayton Coslow, he's in the 28. He's in the 5th spot. 1 spot on the outside looking in. And, man, this battle for second, this war is raging on. I mean, like I said, though, you're in the show. Let's don't get the racing too hard, even though that position is crucial come A-main tomorrow night. But we don't want to wreck each other out and then not make the show at all next time by. It's 4 laps to go for Jody Prince.
We got a crash on the back straight.
Well, they were able to keep it going. No harm, no foul, and Donny Mcbride being pushed up into the wall there by Moondog. Moondog drove it all the way up to the top of turn number 3 as we stay green. Jody Prince has separated himself in this one, and it looks as, unless something crazy happens, that this is Jody Prince's race here tonight. as the orange crush of Alex Williams slowed down the back straightaway. The caution is out. So here we go, folks. Who's it going to be? How many laps? 4 laps to go. Here in your factory stock, your last race of the night. We're back underway with the Sibley, Louisiana racer Jody Prince on the lap pedal as he heads into 1. Prince leads him in the 1. Sontag now up to 2nd. And how about the H93, Michael Hill, trying to hold on, and Little John Tuggle into the mix. Colton Furr back there at 77. Time is running out. The sand in the hourglass is running out for him as he's had a good car all night. Just hasn't been able to catch some luck in 77. As Little John Tuggle out of Bossier City. He's in the 4th spot, sorry. And T-Ray Burkett, his time's running out because next time by, we will see a face full of white flag for the Louisiana hot shoe, Jody Prince in 10P. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 for the final time for Jody Prince. Jeff Sontag rolls in 2nd. Michael Hill in 3rd. Little John Tuggle, what a drive for the Bossier City racer tonight. For the final time in the turn number 3, he'll be your outside pole sitter. It'll be all Louisiana front row tomorrow night. Sean Graham and Jody Prince will be your Armadillo Nationals front row for the factory stocks. And outside it'll be Jeff Sontag finishing in 2nd. The H93 of Michael Hill out of Kilgore. What a good run for Michael. He just wasn't able to hold on for the entire distance there. And Bossier City, Louisiana's Little John Tuggle driving Danny Bates Motorsports number 3 car.